Okay, here is the shape that you're going to have to make. We're going to start off by making this bottom part here, and then you will build off of it. So I'm going to go over to a sketch already. I already have a new sketch, so I'm going to start to draw it. So to start drawing it, I'm going to draw the main shape. So here is my rectangle that I'm going to draw, and then I'm going to draw another rectangle on the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to go and I'm going to draw an arc on the top. Okay, so for the 3-point arc, all you have to do is choose one point, the second point, and then the top point. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to trim the parts that I no longer want. So I don't need this part here, and I don't need this part here. Okay, now I want to go and dimension it. So on the bottom, I'm going to make this side here be 60. Okay, as you can see, it got much bigger, so I'm going to hit my home button, so it'll bring it back centered. Then I want to dimension this side here. So this one's going to be 20. And I want to make sure that it's even with this side here, so I'm going to use my equals to say that this right here has to be equal to this. Okay. I also want to make sure that this side here is equal to this side, which is going to shift this over so it's centered. After that, I want to dimension my arc up here, and that's going to be 20. And then I want to dimension from this point here to the bottom, and that right here should be 60. Okay. Now that I have the shape drawn, I need to add the arcs that are in the corner. So as you can see, this I drew out as a square, but if we actually look at the piece, you can see that it's arced on the corners. So I'm going to go back here and I need to add in my arcs. Now the reason I draw my lines first is it helps me with drawing the arcs. So I'm going to go and I'm going to choose this point here on the corner, and then I'm going to attach it here, and then I'm just going to arc it in slightly. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and it will show me where to line it up to. So if I choose this point here, I can see when it's matched up because the line shows, and then I'm going to arc it in slightly. Once that's done, you can go and you can use the trim tool, and you're going to trim these lines here. Okay, so you need to delete these lines here. So there's two different ways to do it. This one, as you can see, is a line that's longer than the arc. So what you need to do is trim this part here. If you have one that's not, what you can do is right-click on it, and then, oh, I got to cancel out of that. Right-click on it, and then hit delete, and it will get rid of that line for you. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can delete this line, and then this one here you can trim to get the shape completed. Once that's done, you can finish your sketch. I'm just going to bring it to the center so it's easier to see. And then you want to extrude the shape. So you're going to hit extrude, and it's already set to 70, which is how far out you want it to go, even though on the picture it shows it only being partial. If we go to the practice piece over here, and we look on the angle, you can see that it's not fully extruded. We're going to cut this part out later. So right now you want to extrude the entire thing. So once you have it to 70, you're going to hit the check mark, and you're going to accept it there.